Good day, everybody, and welcome to today's latest episode of my YouTube video series. And today I want to talk about the Sovereign Bay project in Pemas Jaya, Johor Bahru. That I want to let you guys know that this project actually has been revived and rescued. Okay, and the reason I'm doing this video is because earlier in October this year, maybe about a month plus ago from the date of this video, what happened was that Channel News Asia in Singapore did a article as well as a video expose on projects in Johor Bahru that had been abandoned or delayed, right? And they specifically focused one case here, Sovereign Bay in Pemas Jaya, and they brought in one buyer. His name was Mr. Chu. Mr. Chu is a Singaporean. He was a swim coach, right? And he bought Sovereign Bay many years ago, and this project got abandoned, so he was delayed, frustrated, angry, don't know when he can collect keys to the unit. Of course, he feels financially stressed by the situation, right? And this video actually create a lot of concern, right, for people who want to buy property in JB, whether properties in Johor may have a developer risk, right? So the good news for Mr. Chu, right, is that at least Sovereign Bay, right, has already restarted work, right? Another developer from China has come in to help Sovereign Bay complete this project, and I understand, right, that they've also contacted all the owners as well. You can find out more actually from the Zaobao video. This actually Zaobao did a video on this, I think just a couple of days ago, to highlight that actually Sovereign Bay has been rescued. They interviewed some of the Chinese developers there as well to talk about this topic. Okay, so good news for Mr. Chu and all other buyers like him. I hope you guys get keys to your unit soon in the next year or couple of years or so. So if you're going to buy property in Johor Bahru, what can you do to avoid this case that happened to Mr. Chu, right? Or what happened to Sovereign Bay? So number one, I guess the most obvious answer is to buy with a strong developer lah. So how do we find a strong developer? Big boy names, like EcoWorld, SP Setia, Sunway, these are the big developers in Malaysia. So if you buy a big developer in Malaysia, right, you can find out. It's not difficult. You can go and Google this kind of information, or developer that win awards regularly. Usually that's a sign that they are developer that are listed companies. This is also usually a sign that they are good developer, right? Whether they are listed in Singapore or overseas, it doesn't matter, because listed is usually a sign of strength, right? Financial strength. So avoid buying small developers, right? Private companies, right, where you cannot see their financials, right? Because it's private company, so the company got money, no money, also nobody really know, right? And then with companies with little track record, right, or don't have much property development track record, this is usually danger signs, right, that the developer may carry a higher than usual development risk, right? So you want to avoid these kind of scenarios, okay? So development risk in Malaysia is a risk, right? Because unlike Singapore, projects in Malaysia occasionally do get these issues, right? Whereas in Singapore, normally property developers are very strong, very well capitalized, right? So in Singapore, this risk is a lot smaller, right? To the point that we don't even consider it, but actually it does happen. I remember in Katong, maybe more than 10 years ago, there was a small condo project in Katong that got abandoned, right? So it can happen, right? But very rare in Singapore, of course, in Singapore's case. The CNA article also talked about two other projects, right? Which is the Peak, right? The Peak is by a Malaysian developer, AQRS. AQRS is also considered a small developer in Malaysia, not very much track record, right? And if you pass by the Peak, right, I drive past by the Peak fairly often. I guess I can still see the condo there. They like stop. At one point they had some work, then it stopped again, had some work, then stop again. So I'm not really sure what's the status of the Peak, right? Based on the article by CNA, the AQRs is still there, still trying to get it done, but I mean, of course, it's been delayed for a very long time, right? The other project that they talk about in the article is Jade Palace. Now, Jade Palace is also by a Chinese developer, Greenland. Now, Jade Palace, I'm not sure why CNA didn't cover this in the article or in their video. I think most people in Johor already know that Jade Palace, Greenland, has already been taken over by another Malaysian developer, right? This Malaysian developer is called MB World, right? And MB World is one of the Johor big boys, and they have renamed this project to MBW Bay, right? So for those of you who see MBW Bay, this is actually the former Jade Palace lah. So MBW Bay, I think is progressing quite well, right? MB World sure can build one. This kind of developer, Maha Builder confirm can one. So so MBW Bay, if I'm not wrong, the first phase is getting keys roughly around now, and the second phase probably another year or 2 years maximum. So I think Jade Palace is not considered a sick project anymore. There has been progress. So yeah, so that's for updates for those of you who read the article by CNA or have fears about this. Right? So can projects be revived? Yes, definitely. If the developer can find new funding or find a new shareholder, new partner to come in and run, definitely projects can be revived. So it's always a question of whether the developer can or cannot do it, right? So that's the thing, right? And of course, in about 4 or 5 years ago, for those of you who know, China economy or China government, right, went into cooling measures against all the property developers. So a lot of developers in China were hit by controls and cooling measures by the China government. So all the smaller Chinese developers had problems, like what you see here in Sovereign Bay UE Sanjia case, right? I think there's another developer in Medini, also Chinese developer, also had problems, right? I'm quite sure about that. So only the bigger players survive, and even the bigger players in China also in trouble, or not easy lah. Life still goes on, but their life is difficult, right? So that's why, right? Even though China is a rich country, a prosperous country, right? But property market in China is in a downturn right now. So, but overall, this is good news for Mr. Chu. So at least his project is ongoing, has resumed. So congratulations to him. All right. If you guys want to find out more, you can always go and look at the Zaobao article link below. I link it in my video description. You can also go and visit the Sovereign Bay site in case you want to see at all the works that have restarted. Right. Actually, I heard about this many months ago, right? But I didn't have time to really verify myself. I'm not involved, so I didn't dig into too much detail. Okay, but that's the good news there. So that's all I want to share. Right. If you guys want to buy property in Johor Bahru, you can always contact me, Ryan Khoo. This is my phone number, 81261626, my Singapore number. This is also my Malaysian number over here. You can contact me on WhatsApp. Non-obligatory discussion to talk about any potential property purchase in Johor Bahru, property investment, right? Or if you're considering to retire in Johor Bahru, what to do next, right? You can talk about Malaysia, my second home, or other visas that may be applicable in your case. Okay, this YouTube channel, right? If you like our content, right, we create many videos and contents relating to property investment in JB and also retirement in Malaysia, right? You can find out more, right? Especially when you find out more about Malaysia, my second home, I can also cover that topic as well. Okay, so thank you very much. Do like, share, subscribe. We always appreciate all the support that you guys give on my YouTube channel, and hope to share this channel with many other people in Singapore, Malaysia, or throughout the world who want to find out more about coming to JB. So thank you very much, and bye bye.